welcome back, sports gamers. It's the natural, the part 2 of my video that is dedicated to showing you the best trade targets to go after in your Madden 21 franchise, online or offline. If you do enjoy our content here at SGO, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. We got more franchise tips coming your way. Let's get right into the tight ends first, and let's see who we have here for the, it's funny scrolling by, football team there. It's hilarious. Buccaneers, and they just have a whole collection of tight ends here. I mean, any of these guys, if someone doesn't really care, you know, they're big on having young players and not liking older players, they might trade you Rob Gronkowski, who's superstar. I would be surprised at that, but there's some people that just hate any player over 30 and they will give them away to you. They will trade them quickly. He doesn't have much speed there, but his catching, run blocking is amazing. I mean, he's makes a turn to a great run blocking tight end with great hands as well. He does have superstar abilities, tank and red zone threat. Most owners probably won't trade you Gronk, but OJ Howard, if you like a speedier, more receiving top tight end, 87 speed. He's still 60, almost 60 run block. Is not terrible. It's something you can work on, and go along with that speed. He has decent hands with 84 catching. Cameron Breit, who was, you know, a former standout tight end, he's dropped down 77 overall and normal, but I mean, you know, 79 speed, not the greatest, but I think that he's good. He might start for some teams, or at least be a second option. For me, I'm someone who likes to use tight ends, so having a good second tight end would be is a big boost to my offense. So I would like to have his Cameron Brate, someone that I would trade for, because I like having that quality second tight end. But if you're looking for a starter, OJ Howard for sure is a guy you want to target. As far as tight ends, and the Buccaneers, they just have a whole slew of talent at tight end. All right, on to the next one here. So they brought in Austin Hooper, which kind of made David Njoku not the main guy anymore. He's still star dev. He's still 6'4". He still has 84 speed, and he's still only 24 years old. He has a lot of upside, and combined with athleticism, he might be one of the most intriguing trade targets on the offensive side of the ball there. He's not as fast as a guy like Howard, but he does have a 93 jump rating, which makes him a freak in the red zone. Just have to work on getting his hands up. His hands aren't that great. His run blocking is not that great, but he has good size and good speed, and I think he can be a great addition, a tight end that you can build upon and get him up from star to superstar, and you can build him up pretty quickly. All right, on to the next one. Let's see the Rams here. Gerald Everett, only 26 years old, 79 overall. He has star dev, 85 speed, 85 catching. Some rare owners would probably prefer to move Higbee. However, his contract makes that pretty tough, so Everett finds himself as the main guy that you probably can trade for. He's like a poor man's Njoku, a little slower, a little older, but still a quality tight end if you can get him. He's another guy that's on the last year of his deal. So let's see. Yeah, he's only very small penalty there. That's why Higbee is the guy most teams would probably rather trade, but if they're cap conscious, you know, this is a guy they don't even hit with $8 million cap penalty. So any smart owner would most likely move Everett instead, or if they like, you know, two tight end guy, they would they would keep both. But you know, most people, I think if you give them a good defensive piece, they'll trade a tight end. Most people aren't really holding on to a backup tight end that tough. All right, so that's it for the tight ends. Gonna move on to just quickly gonna do offensive linemen, and starting off with the Falcons. And let's see here, Matthews and Alex Mack, kind of up there in age, but he's still one of the best offensive linemen in the game, even though he did drop down. He is star now. The issue is when Matt comes down is the money for his age. Being on the last year's contract, and his team in the Falcons in a terrible, really bad cap situation. The Falcons shouldn't re-sign him, meaning they really should try to at least get something for him. And any smart coach is not going to let a talent like this just go in free agency. They're probably going to try to trade him, or at least be open to trading him. He's the #3 ranked center in the game. Has, you can see his stats right here: amazing blocking, strength. I mean, he has it all. He's a little bit lighter in the pass block, so more towards running teams. But he's still a top center there, especially when you're talking about power blocking. So you know, really that's what you look for is just if you're a team that isn't cap strapped, kind of look for those teams, you know, like the Falcons, like the Eagles, who have cap problems, and you can see if you know, just give them a little cap relief. That's just being a smart GM there for your team. So next up is pretty much any Eagles offensive lineman. Like I said, is a good segue into this, that the Eagles have terrible, probably the worst cap situation in the game. So they're looking to move any of these guys. The toughest one would be Lane Johnson, as you see that crazy cap penalty there. So it'll be pretty ridiculous. Not smart to move Lane Johnson, but I think Brandon Brooks, even Jason Peters here, Kelsey, I mean, all these guys, they're all, you know, they're pretty getting them. They're a little old there, but you know, offensive linemen, they last much longer than other positions. So you can get a lineman in his 30s and still have him for almost, he might last you the whole franchise. So Kelsey still has a superstar ability here, decent enough strength, but amazing run block. I mean, and his abilities, natural talent, and screen protector, and these abilities on linemen, they really make a difference this year with the kind of new dynamics and mechanics that they have with the pass rush on defense. And Brandon Brooks, superstar as well, post up, lifeguard. I mean, these guys are just, they have a great offensive line, but the problem is they really can't afford to pay all of them. And the way Madden contracts work, they don't have the ability to kind of front load and back load and do a lot of the cap magic that the Eagles can do in real life. You can't do in Madden, so you're pretty much screwed there with this team. So most likely, any Eagles fans, they're gonna be looking for someone to bail them out and kind of send those players to. All right, and last but not least, we have Denver here, and we're looking for last one. Check the free agency. This might lead right into the next video, talking about free agents. There we go, DeMar Dotson. All right, and that right there, he was going to be the last one that I thought they had signed them because of the opt out from Juwan James, but so he's actually in free agency. So that kind of leads into, he'll probably be one of the main guys I start with, lead into for my free agency targets video. Dotson there has decent enough run block, and he's good enough to be a starter on a lot of teams. You know, he's not the best guy on the best offensive lineman list I have here, but definitely good enough to 74 overall. It sounds crazy, but in franchise mode, that's actually is a starting lineman caliber. And then you know, 34 years old, not going to be a long-term solution, but definitely a stopgap. And there's definitely worse guys out there on starting for other teams. So somebody to take a look at in the free agency pool that you don't even have to trade for. So that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you come back. I got more Madden franchise tips coming your way to help you improve yourself and your team. If you appreciate our content here at SGO, make sure you drop a like, subscribe for news, tips, reviews, and gameplay from all of your favorite sports games. Now, if you want to take your game to the next level with insider news, free games, and access to our private chat, subscribe to SGO Insider today.